All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something huge, something that can genuinely change your life, taking control of your finances. And look, this isn't about boring spreadsheets or depriving yourself. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship with money so you can build the life you actually want. Let's get into it.
You know, we're kind of sold this idea that happiness comes from what we can buy. But what if that's not really the full picture? What if all our focus on consumption is, well, what if it's consuming our lives instead? This idea, right here, is the key to unlocking a totally new way of thinking about money.
So let's break it down to the absolute basics. Our relationship with money is really just a simple trade. We go to work and we trade our time, our actual, literal life, for a paycheck. Then we take that paycheck and we trade it for stuff. The whole system is built on this one simple fact. You're trading your life for money and then that money for things.
So let's give this a name, right? Let's call it life energy. This is the real currency you're spending every single day. It's the finite number of hours you have in your one precious life. And here's the kicker. Unlike money, you can't go out and earn more of it. Once an hour is gone, it is gone for good. Just remember that. You're not just earning money, you're spending your life.
And once you really get this idea of life energy, man, it just changes the whole game. Suddenly, money isn't the goal anymore. It becomes what it actually is, just a tool, a way to convert your life energy into the things you need and want. Honestly, making that simple mental shift is probably the most important first step you can take.
Okay, so this is where that whole life energy thing stops being just a cool idea and gets, well, really real. This isn't philosophy, this is just math. Based on official data, this is the average number of hours we have left at different ages. This is your life energy in a spreadsheet.
Let's just pick one number from that chart. Let's say you're 40. On average, you've got about 356,000 hours left. That's it. Every coffee you buy, every hour you spend at your desk, every single financial choice you make, it's all drawing from this finite account. Seeing the actual number makes it feel a lot more personal, doesn't it? It kind of adds a sense of urgency.
Okay, so if we're trading these limited hours for money, we've got to know the real exchange rate, right? Now, you probably think you know what you make per hour, but I'm telling you, that number on your paycheck can be super misleading. The real question is, after you factor in all the hidden costs of having your job, how much life energy are you really trading for every dollar you take home?
Now, figuring this out for yourself, it's a huge wake-up call. You don't just work your 9 to 5. You commute. You spend time unwinding from a stressful day. You buy special clothes for work. You buy lunches out. When you add up all that extra time and subtract all that extra money, you'll probably find your real hourly wage takes a nosedive.
And this right here, this is the question that changes everything. It's the ultimate filter for every decision you make. Once you know your real hourly wage, you can translate the price of anything, a car, a new phone, that fancy dinner, into hours of your life. That $1,000 phone isn't $1,000 anymore. It's maybe 50, 60 hours of your life energy. Is it worth it? Only you can answer that. But now you're actually making a conscious choice.
All right, so we've got the big why down, right? This whole philosophy of life energy. Now let's get into the what. Like, what do we actually do about it? How do we manage our money in a way that respects this idea? Well, the good news is it's actually not that complicated.
I absolutely love this idea from University of Chicago professor Harold Pollack. The whole financial world can feel incredibly complex and intimidating. But the truth is, the core principles of being smart with your money are super straightforward. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to nail a few simple, really powerful rules.
And here they are. Seriously, this is pretty much the whole game plan, right on one slide. First, get rid of high-interest debt, because that's just leaking your life energy away. Second, save and invest a chunk of your income every single time. Put your money to work for you. Third, build a safety net, an emergency fund. And finally, use the smart tools available, like 401ks and simple, low-cost funds, to build wealth for the long haul. That's it. That's the core of the strategy.
But look, before you can do any of that stuff, you have to do step 0, the real first step. And that step is just awareness. You can't change course if you don't know where you are right now. So the first absolutely non-negotiable step is to track every single penny that comes into and goes out of your life.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Most of us have a massive blind spot. We know exactly what we earn, but where it all disappears to every month, that's kind of a mystery. So tracking your spending isn't just about accounting. It's really an act of discovery. It's the wake-up call.
See, tracking is the thing that pulls you from that unconscious habitual spending over to conscious, aware spending. It's what stops the impulse buys that just create clutter and make sure your money, and by extension, your life energy, is actually going towards things that bring you real fulfillment.
And listen, the point of tracking is not to beat yourself up. It's not about shame or guilt at all. Think of it more like a mindfulness practice for your finances. You're just being present, being honest, and gathering the data. You're finally getting to see if the way you spend your money actually lines up with what you say you value. It shows you where your life energy is really going.
Okay, so once you start tracking, you've got the raw data. And with that data, you can start to draw a map. This isn't just about managing your budget for next month. This is about visualizing your entire long-term journey to financial freedom.
And this is your map. It's called the wall chart, and it is beautifully simple but so powerful. Every month, you just plot 2 dots, your total income and your total expenses. That's it. Over time, you start to see the lines form, and you get this incredible visual story of your financial life. It makes your progress real, and that's what keeps you going.
Now, as you keep saving and investing, you get to add a third, really exciting line to that chart, the income you're making from your investments. And this is all leading to the ultimate goal, what's called the crossover point. It's that magic moment on your chart when the line for your investment income crosses above the line for your monthly expenses. Hitting that crossover point, that is the definition of financial independence. It means your money is now earning enough on its own to cover your cost of living. Forever. You have literally bought back your time. From this day forward, working, trading your life energy for a paycheck is no longer a necessity. It becomes a choice. You are free.
And so that leaves us with the big one, the real question at the heart of all this. This is the why that fuels all the tracking and saving. This is the destination on your map. Answering this gives you the motivation to start and the vision to keep going. If you didn't have to work, what would you do with your life energy?